Hello and welcome to Global News for Entrepreneurs right here on Explore Protech's YouTube channel. Great to have you with us on, what's today? Wednesday. This week has gone by so quickly. This is episode 24 of Global News for Entrepreneurs, 23 in fact, with me, Chris Kolbe. And coming up on the show, we're going to have some fun news, some tribe news and what's new, maybe some interesting trends, as well as we're having a chat with Dr Meiya from Financier. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I have been practicing, but we'll find out more from Meiya, talking all things finance a little bit later on in the show. And I must tell you what, I am feeling rather exhausted. I'm not going to lie. We had the most amazing, huge event yesterday. It's not even funny. We did this. We do the monthly global online speed networking, and you know what? We did a mixer with another network called Grand Connection, and it was huge. We had so many people. The energy was there. We just stayed on for quite a while afterwards. It just was such an amazing event, and I know that lots and lots of great connections were made between entrepreneurs and business people around the world, and that's what it's all about. So really, thank you, everybody. What a wonderful event we had yesterday. We got another one coming up, and it looks like it's going to be a big one. Right now, I don't have the full details for you, but I do know it is part of a summit, a huge global summit of a whole lot of business networks coming together. That's going to be happening for our next global online speed networking. That is going to be on the 20th of April from 6 to 9 p.m. GMT +2. So do yourself a favor. The link is down below under events. Go and register. It's really powerful and amazing to see how things happen and the connections that are made and how people are able to grow their net worth through their network. So definitely something to register and look forward to. So if you are here and are watching, please subscribe to our channel. We're chasing down that huge mark of 1,000 subscribers. And as soon as we get there, I'm doing the show live while being waxed. So it's been pending for a couple months. My pain has been deferred for a little bit, but it would be great if you were to subscribe. We could get to that 1,000 subscribers soon. Hey, and also if you want to connect with the entrepreneurs from around the world and have your branding here, why not sponsor the show and show your support for entrepreneurship and the growing of it? Anyway, right, this is one of my favorite parts of the show. Absolutely love doing this part. And also, just as I mentioned, if you are watching live on YouTube right now, please drop a message in the chat. I'll happily do a shout out for you later. Or if you have any questions for Meiya later in the interview. So share that in the chat. Right, fun news. I love this part. Okay. So we've been talking about this for months. In fact, it's been one of the main topics since I started the show about 9 months ago. And it's still going on. I'm talking about SpaceX with Elon Musk and Starlink. So the good news is they plan to launch 60 Falcon rockets in this year alone. That's twice the amount of flights that they made last year, which does seem a little bit ambitious for Elon Musk and the team. But hey, they're going to do those 60 launches in 2022. Excuse me. Last year, the company only did 31 flights, which is a record high, but still. And the company, Elon Musk's company, SpaceX, does plan to have 4,200 Starlink satellites in orbit by 2024, which is a lot of satellites. Currently, there's 2,000 of them in service in space. So the first thing that comes up is, well, when are we going to be able to start using Starlink? Surely this business model is making not much sense to me, because spending all this money, putting all these satellites out there, doing all this publicity, when everybody's waiting. And right now, as far as I know, the only people able to use Starlink is in Ukraine, and that's for good reason. We're not going to walk down that road. But when are we going to get it? Because like here in South Africa, our internet is terrible. And we've got people in rural places all over the world where there's no infrastructure for them to get access to the internet. That's why I'm excited about the satellite internet story with Starlink. But Elon, when are we going to actually be able to start using your service? Would be really nice to know. The other question is with 4,200 satellites in space, yes, space is a big thing, but it's getting a little full up there between all of these satellites, the other satellites, all the space junk that's there. And we've done reports on the show where that's going to become a problem. So if you're a budding entrepreneur maybe that could be your next business idea, is you could be the space rubbish removal service and recycling service. Just saying, there could be big business there, because it's getting a little busy up there. Right, then we unfortunately can't talk about things and not avoid the thing happening in Russia and Ukraine and stuff. But this is funny. It just keeps getting funnier, because there was a story the other day that McDonald's has pulled out completely of Russia. Their Starbucks, all of those ones. Russia's come out with the mock one where they took the M and put it on the side, and now they're calling it Uncle Ben's or something. I can't remember what it is now, but it's not important. Now they've done the same with Instagram, because Instagram has been pulled out of Russia and it's no longer available for them. And in actual fact, it's a source of income for a lot of bloggers and small businesses in Russia. So what they've done is they've created another knockoff, which they're going to be launching very soon, called Rosgram. Yes, so the Russian version of Instagram coming out very, very soon, called Rosgram. They're just doing the last things. But what I do find interesting is through all of this, we're now going to get sort of like knockoff things of big corporate companies. And I wonder in business if we aren't going to see a knock-on effect from that, whereby places and countries may, instead of going through those big franchises and the big expenses and all of that, and having to follow the big corporate monster that runs it, that they choose to rather create their own version. Something that could be coming out of that in a trend. Then on to some more Instagram news. And this one is quite interesting. So in 2016, they got rid of what is known as the chronological feed option. So that's basically as the people that you follow, as they post chronologically, that'll pop up in your feed. They replaced that with an algorithm based on it's an engagement-based algorithm based on, you know, who you follow, what kind of content you might keep enjoying, and all of those things. Unfortunately, and that's interesting, and I think it just says kind of a lot about the world we live in when you're using artificial intelligence to run an algorithm where it then decides, based on people's preferences and their usability, that they prefer to see stuff that's about violence, misinformation, and division between people and conflict. Those were the main ones that then were being posted on people's feed. And Instagram's gone into a bit of a trouble with that. And it's been a whole big controversy. So they're now going back to the chronological feed for Instagram to try and avoid that. So anyway, if you're in the social media space or your business, is changes coming to the Instagram algorithm. That's what you would like to know. And it's moving from that engagement-based algorithm based on the feed to chronological. So that's going to change your social media strategy over the next while. So I'm just giving you a heads up, something to look at for there. And then lastly, when last did you hear about Pinterest? I did have a Pinterest account at some point, probably could find it. And I did get some good DIY ideas there. But does anybody actually still make use of Pinterest? They've decided to go through a bit of an upgrade. And I think this might be a good evolutionary step for them and could be for businesses to have a look at this, where they're introducing a shop element or a shopping feature, including its Shopify checkout integration. So the new features over the last week that have been announced will basically allow you to make purchases on the app. Another new tool, which is called Checkout, has been used in some beta versions with some merchants in the US through Spotify. And now they're rolling it out on NAS. So Pinterest will be using a new programming interface that'll help you automate catalog updates and uploads. And basically, you'll be able to create a new feature called Your Shop, and you'll be able to provide tailored pages based on the preferences and activities of your users. So maybe there is an option for you to look at is Pinterest and the Pinterest shopping app options through Shopify. In fact, we probably should let Malele know about that with Shopperpolitan. She might be interested in that. Mo, I'll be hitting up a message for you very, very shortly. And that's it for our news for today. Thank you very much, Natalie, for tuning in. And so, yes, yeah, it was an absolutely huge mixer last night. Thank you for tuning in. Also, if you'd like to comment or make any questions or have a shout out, please drop a message in our live chat. Right, quick couple ones, and the links for all of these videos are down below. And the reason why we do this is we post a whole lot of great content for you on the Explore Protech YouTube channel, so you can go check it out. The gentleman we're going to be chatting to features in 2 of them already, which is the Coffee Shop Show, which is all about business intelligence for entrepreneurs, some great advice about learning all the things that you need to know in terms of your business and that business acumen and intelligence that you need on starting your business. So the link for that's down below. Then Christine Campbell-Rappin is absolutely amazing. She's got a video out called How to Stand Out While Networking to Grow Your Business. And it's a 3-minute, it's less than 3 minutes long. And Christine's amazing. She just talks and a whole lot of knowledge lands in front of you. So that's a great video to check out as well. Then Money Magnet with Dr. Meiya is concepts to drive entities' financial future for the business. So very, very great financial advice from Dr. Meiya. In fact, there's a whole series of them if you go and have a look through on our YouTube channel. Some really, really good knowledge for you. And then Natalie Clack, natural self-help tools for the busy entrepreneur. She did an interview between Brian, Steve, and Dan. And it's all about health, wellness, fitness, how they're putting it all together, some test driving options if you want to go check it out. So it's a great video that was loaded on YouTube for us yesterday evening. All the links for those videos are down below. Our event, as I mentioned, the 20th of April is the next Global Online Speed Networking, and that is going to be part of a summit. So it's going to be another huge, big one. And then on the 28th of April is the next Explore Virtual Assistant Network event. So if you're a virtual assistant or you know of a virtual assistant, make sure they register. The links for both of them are down below. So lots of great things happening there. And also there's a link down below to our Explore Protech shop. You can buy mugs, you can buy jewelry, you can buy blog posting and training and courses and a video like this, or marketing, whatever the case may be. So the link for our shop is down below. Go check it out. You might find something that you like. Right, we're going to move on to the man of the hour. It's great to have him on the show. Always love chatting to our finance doctor, Dr. Meiya NTHOSANE. Good day. How are you, sir? I think the internet might be buffering. I don't know if it's mine or yours. Meiya, are you with us? Ironically, this did happen last week when I was trying to interview Natalie. So hopefully that's not the case here again.
Hi, Chris. Can you hear me?
Yes, there we go. We're finally coming through. How are you, Meiya?
Are you
good? I'm just waiting for the internet to buffer again. Can't believe. You see, that is why we need Starlink. We need Starlink because then we won't be doing these.
Chris?
Yes. There we go. Meiya, can you hear me?
I'm good.
Oh dear. Our internet is completely losing us for today, which is the second time in a row. I'm going to make a plan for the internet for a future show. So let's try it one last time. Meiya, can you hear me? No, unfortunately not. This is rather frustrating. There we go.
I can hear you.
Oh, great. Okay, right. Then,
I can.
There we go.
Hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I've got you now. Fantastic. That awkward moment when you fighting the internet. Let's do this.
Unbelievable.
The internet works absolutely beautiful until you need to do an interview. It's Murphy's Law, but let's carry on. Meiya, you're all about finance. You're from a company called Financium.
Correct.
You're all about financial intelligence. Please just share some details with us.
Thanks, Chris, and thanks to all the entrepreneurs and business people who have joined us today. I think I want us to talk about it's something that has been developing. it's network. I need to check that you don't have my notes. So when you look at many businesses today are really growing through networking. So we need to start asking ourselves, what is firstly our return on network, and how do we move from networking to net worth? That's really what we want to talk about. Those things that which brings you money as a spread from those things that take money away from you. So now we're spending more time in networking, either virtual, on-site, or otherwise. So what we should be asking is that, what are the assets from the networking point of view, and what are the liabilities that we have from networking, and how do you make sure that those intentional in the first place are very sustainable business model to whatever that is that we are doing.
And Meiya, obviously with networking, it does start with having to build a relationship, build that trust. Yes, I've got you. I'm trying to hop onto my backup system. And while I do that, I want to ask a question. I mean, under networking, you got to go to events, you meet people, you got to start building a relationship with them, which takes a little bit of time. So I hear what you're saying, and I totally agree. I spend a lot of time networking. So you've got to get a return on that networking. But how do you know when a connection or somebody or a relationship that you're investing in will actually create a return at the end of the day? No, we've lost Meiya.
Okay. No, thanks, Chris. I mean, let's look at, because actually there are three. Hear me?
Yeah, gotcha.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I was saying we need to look at the three layers of network. Your total of network, just finding them and there's nothing you can. We need to move to the second layer. You're actively participating. Take participant.
Right, yeah. Unfortunately, Meiya, I'm going to have to
when you go into a net, you need people that I need to engage.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've lost Meiya there. The internet is just not playing along with us for today. So let's try this again. I'm going to spend the next week investing in something that will create a much better, stronger connection for us. I'll maybe put in a call to Mr. Elon Musk so that we can actually finally finish an interview on the show. Thank you for tuning into the Global News for Entrepreneurs. Have yourself a wonderful day. Check you next week, Wednesday, from 11 to 11:30.